Hey everyone, welcome back to the M&R Show. I'm Ron.
I'm Malcolm.
And we're back again with our M&R Primetime picks. You all going to see the record drop later this week. So we want, all the comments and everything that you all were saying, because I think we got some good traction on that on Instagram and Twitter. So
a lot of people said Malcolm. I want to make sure a lot of people said Malcolm. I just want to make sure.
We're going to see. We're going to see as the season continues what is going on. But we're going to start with one of Malcolm's favorite teams and a quarterback that he's been riding for hard for the last 2 years on the show. And that is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, his former Super Bowl pick, versus the Los Angeles Rams. But who are you actually going to pick in this game?
Hey, I understand y'all love my picks. I appreciate it because I picked some good picks. I was with Tom Brady to the end. Now, I'm going to pick an upset, though. I'm liking the Rams for this one. Now, I like the Rams because, number one, their offensive game, offensively, this team, all gas, no brakes. Literally, Matthew Stafford was the guy that Sean McVay wanted, and we're seeing that. We're not seeing any inconsistencies, any different things going on. This is Sean McVay's guy. Defensively, this team is elite. With Aaron Donald, nobody cannot guard Aaron Donald. And Jalen Ramsey, he's traveling from different sides of the ball. It's valuable for this team. This team is completely stacked on the offense and defensive side. But they're playing against a team in Tampa Bay, which is the same way. But at the end of the day, I just think that the Rams are going to get this win. I just believe that Sean McVay is going to be able to do something. I think Matthew Stafford, this is his first game with actually showing what he has to do. And I think he will. So the Rams.
Yes, the Rams are actually favored by a point in this game. But we all know they're at home. So based on a neutral site, that means Bucks will be favored. So by that, technically it is still an upset in that way. But I'm still going to pick Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I do think the Rams are going to give you a fight, but I think Tom Brady personally is my MVP right now this season. That's how good he's played. I've heard a lot of people say you didn't really hear about Brady week 2. They just scored 40, and it was just it's just the Bucks. They don't run the ball for real. They just let Brady throw in it. They're basically running the air raid offense with some deep shots in the game. Mike Evans only has 99 yards in the season right now. He's their best receiver. He hasn't even gotten going yet. Right now, we're relying on Gronk, who's retired and come back to have 4 touchdowns in 2 games.
Crazy.
So, and literally insane. If I knew he was going to be this guy, I would draft him in fantasy. But we all know that's for a whole nother discussion. But I think the Bucs are going to pull it off. I do think the Rams have a point to prove, though. But I also saw Darrell Henderson is injured, but they say he's still expected to play. So we're going to see how that develops over the week. But I still want to pick Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game.
I mean, if you think about this, though, Tampa Bay, they're going to stop the run game. So even Darrell Henderson played, it really wouldn't matter that much because they're completely controlling the run game. So I think that's why I'm not really looking for. I'm looking towards that passing game and the deep threats that they have with Cooper Kupp. Will probably have another big game. And maybe Robert Woods will have a big game too for my fantasy. Please. Please.
Oh yeah, Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. That's a very slept on pair. But Bleacher Report did name him a top 5 parent before the season, but that's arguable right there. Now, to our next matchup, we have the Green Bay Packers, who have not looked the best, versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, Green Bay Packers haven't looked good, but at the end of the day, I think that they're going to win this game against San Francisco. I love San Francisco. I see a little inconsistency, especially in their second game against the Eagles. They had a little problems. They have a lot of issues in the running back department, which a lot of injuries going on in that. But I think that Green Bay is going to be able to stick it out. I like what Green Bay have offensively, especially with the corners that San Francisco are lacking, because Josh Norman is still not that top 10 Josh Norman from Carolina. He's not that no more. So I just think that Green Bay will be able to eke this out. Hoping that Joe Barry, defensive coordinator, be able to stop somebody, because it's been bad. Everywhere he's been, it's been bad. It's been horrible. So he needs to switch that up. He needs something to change. Something needs to change.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to actually go with the San Francisco 49ers. I'm looking for this is the Brandon Ayuk's breakout game. That is my prediction on this week. I think they're going to try to take away Deebo Samuel with Jair if they let him be Jair Alexander, which they have not been so far. And I think this is where Ayuk is finally going to be able to get out of the doghouse, become the rack warrior we know he's capable of being when he touches the ball. Because the first week he was kind of hurt. Second week, they weren't really playing him as much. He wasn't getting as many targets. I think the third week is when he starts to get his footing, and I think he'll at least have 75 yards receiving. And even though the running back committee in San Francisco is just all broken down, we all know that on the R side of M&R, we are runningbacks-do-not-matter.com. So I'm still, they going to still run the ball regardless. Like, I still got them at least going for close to 100. I don't know if it's going to be Elijah Mitchell. I don't know if Trey Sermon finally going to get in there. Like, somebody's going to be good. Now, I don't even know how. And by the way, Trent Williams has looked excellent. Not that I doubted him, but absolutely excellent to start the season off with. So they're going to keep using him and Tomlinson. They've been running really good behind those guys. So I think they'll continue that. I have the 49ers win this game.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Now to our third matchup, which I would name primetime matchup of the week, personally, is the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, Ron, primetime matchup. These Cowboys fans who think this is a primetime matchup.
Yes.
This is not a primetime matchup because I'm expecting Dallas to win this game, even though it hurts my soul for me to even say that. But Dallas should be able to win this game. Their offense is potent. I think that Kellen Moore should get a head coaching job soon, the way he's going. But I think that if we looked at what the Eagles did last week, they was only able to accompany like 11 points. We're seeing that Jalen Hurts is coming back to earth now with, his subpar 50%, completion percentage, where I was, thinking that that's where he should be at. But I just think the Cowboys are going to win it. They have too much star power on offense for them to be able to stop, for the Eagles to be able to stop it.
Yeah, I also have Dallas. I think this actually might be a good game, though. Like, I'm excited to see Hurts again. He didn't have his, like you said, his best. Well, I'm not going to say, to be honest, I saw some flashes last week. Was it an overall good game? It was not. But they were just flashes that I saw. I'm like, all right, like, he's a starter. I think he's not a bum. So it's not like I'm going to this game like, we're playing a non-starter in the league. Like, he has potential. I don't know how we can play against running quarterbacks. We haven't faced that yet. That should be interesting. Who knows if somehow Micah is now the starting defensive of the Cowboys? Is he a linebacker? So I don't know what Dan Quinn is doing. He has been doing, I'm not going to lie, a better job than even I expected. So hopefully that continues. Also, I saw that Brandon Graham is out this season. That is really tragic. Like, we know that Brandon Graham is good from some NC East fave teams. Like, that's, even at this age, Brandon Graham is really good, especially against the run. So hopefully, I guess maybe we'll take advantage of that. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think y'all are going to be able to easily win this game. I mean, it might be a little something, but I think y'all going to be able to pull out late. So.
Okay, now for our next one. I think this is actually a really good one, too. And I had a long time actually picking this one. I think that's the New England Patriots versus Jameis Winston's New Orleans Saints.
The Saints did not look good last week, Ron. The Saints did not look good last week. This is a hard one, but I'm going to choose the Patriots for this one. I see that Bill Belichick is one of the smartest defensive coaches ever. So he's looking what happened last week, what Carolina did. Ooh. And he's probably going to do the same thing this week about what Carolina did last week with the Saints. I think Mac Jones literally is starting this year off being a perfect game manager. And he's just moving the offense in a manageable situations so the running game can be able to take over. That's exactly what Mac Jones has been doing. And I just think that he's not doing anything to mess the Patriots up at all. I think that they're going to be able to get this win this week.
Yeah, I really, Jameis, I rode very hard for you last week. I came on this show, I'm riding for Jameis, and you go out there and the offense total, even include Kamara, who everyone knows him a stand-up, 120 total yards. I think it's the lowest since Sean Payton's been a head coach. He's been a head coach since what, 06?
Yeah.
So like, I can't even blame that on just James, because even with the Bucks, I mean, he might throw 450, he might be 3 picks too, but the yards at least are there. So that was actually an incredibly surprising game to me personally. So I have to pick New England just because they're consistent. Even in a loss against the Dolphins, they were a consistent team. They made one mistake. Like you said, Mac Jones hasn't done anything too special, but he's a rookie. He's done what we're supposed to do. He's actually done probably what McDaniels has told him to do. He has done anything that he hasn't told him to do. So like, I think they're really, for them, that's a special player because he isn't trying to do anything wrong. He's just doing what he's supposed to do. So I think New England will win this game, and J.C. Jackson is one of the best intercepting corners in the league. So this is not Jameis Winston's friend on the other side.
Yeah, he used to get picked on a lot last year, but he getting all them picks, people stopped throwing it to him. People stopped picking on him.
Gilmore is not even back yet. So the New England defense looks good, but they're still not 100% unlocked yet.
That's the scary part.
So, okay, we agree on something. We both picked the Cowboys, both picked New England.
Finally, not the Cowboys. I don't like that agreement.
All right, now, for some of you all, this might not seem as close as it possibly could be, but based on last week, maybe your opinion could have changed. And that is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Superchargers. Malcolm.
See, Chargers last week disappointed me, but I understand there's a lot of penalties is going on in Cowboys.
Yeah, sure.
Jerry Jones doled out a lot of money to them refs because that was
I've been waiting for this.
Horrible game. But I think that they're gone to the point where they play against a Chiefs team that just lost their first game in September since 2016. So it's hard for Chargers to get back on track. It's hard for me to even say that it was going to be an upset. I think the Chargers are going to. I think that the Chiefs are going to win this one. I think they just have everything, and they're going to be coming back from revengeance. They just lost to the Baltimore Ravens team that they could have easily beat. They're going to come back and be able to really. This probably won't be a close game. It might be a close game based off garbage time with Justin Herbert coming back, but I just think that Chiefs are going to easily win this game based on they're mad and they just want to get back in the win column.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are pissed. I do think this game is a lot of good matchups that we all need to look for. We have Derwin James, who I think is the best safety in the NFL. He's going to be stepping down and probably guarding Travis Kelce, or giving him a lot of his time will be guarding him. That is the number one tight end versus a lot of people's at least top 3 to 5 safety. That is good in man coverage as a safety. So that should be exciting. You have a young Herbert versus Mahomes. I think there's really a lot of good matchups in this game, even with the Slater versus possibly Chris Jones. There's a lot to look at this game. I am going to pick the Chiefs because there's no way they lose 2 games in September. Not possible. So I think you're obligated to pick them based on that alone and Andy Reid's track record. But the Chargers, I think, are going to come out and at least fight. I don't think it'd be a blowout game. And the spread is a little closer than even I expected it to be based on that the Chiefs lost last week. So we're going to see about that.
Yeah, we're going to see. I mean, I understand, but I just think that it's going to run away. This game's going to run away with the Chiefs. And it probably will be close at first, but it will be a runaway for the Chiefs.
Okay, now before we move to the rest of you all's teams, which I know you all love this part as well, we want to make sure you're subscribing, liking, and turning on our post notifications.
Make sure y'all do that.
All right, now our next matchup is the Panthers versus the Houston Texans. Tyrod Taylor is out, by the way, before we continue.
Oh, I got the Panthers.
I had the Panthers as well, which is 3-0. So that's really shout out all the Carolina fans. Now,
Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Now we have the Washington football team versus the Buffalo Bills. Upset alert.
Bills.
I was really waiting for Malcolm to give a hot take right there, but I'm gonna have to pick the Bills. Now, can they make Josh Allen uncomfortable? Maybe. So we'll see.
You know what? I'm gonna get it back.
Wait a minute.
And I understand we're not gonna get announcers to this, but Josh Allen last game did not even really play good last game, even though it was a blowout.
Yeah, it was.
I think that Taylor Heineke mad. I'm believing in Taylor Heineke. I think this was going to work. And our defense just had a mini bye week. I think Washington can win this. I think Washington can win this. Yep.
Okay, I love this. This man has confidence in his team. He came on the show. He picked his team, and they're 9-point underdogs. So if they win this game, this is a really big win, and they're on the road, right? Yeah,
we're on the road.
Okay, big matchup. Now for the next game is the Bears, who I'm not sure if Justin Fields is starting or not, versus the Cleveland Browns, who are out Jarvis Landry.
Cleveland Browns. I don't know why I had the brief for that one, but they still got Baker Mayfield. I think they said that Odell should be playing this week.
He
not quite sure if that happens. That they're expecting him to play this week, but they still have the receivers. Still have that duo running back. That running back duo. It should be easily Cleveland Browns. And I think I don't know who's starting, Justin Fields or Andy Dalton. Justin Fields did not look good last week. I didn't hear Ron post anything about Justin Fields going crazy.
Oh my God.
That's something that we have to know too, to be honest.
Okay. Now, I'm going to pick Cleveland. They were in both of our top fives, as you all will see on our Instagram. But I really would like to see Fields start again. I don't want to see Dalton back in there. But sadly, Matt Nagy is saying if Dalton is even 80% healthy, he'll be the starter. If he starts, I'm 100% thinking blowout, possibly. There goes my take.
Both ways.
So, okay, next one is the Ravens-Lions.
Ravens.
Colts, Titans. And Wentz is not supposed to play this game. He is. Both ankles are sprained. I'm just had to throw it out there.
Titans, yeah.
I'm picking the Titans. I'm just very disappointed in that. Like, I'm very disappointed. All right. Falcons versus Giants. Falcons. One of these teams has to be 0-3. Whoever's going 0-3 season is over. So I hope it's the Falcons that wins as well. So, okay. The Bengals versus the Steelers.
Steelers.
I wanted to pick Cincinnati, but they never beat Pittsburgh for some reason. So let's not go there. Cardinals, Jags, hardest matchup of the week for sure.
Oh yeah, Cardinals. Cardinals was that thing.
Okay.
Hard choice.
Yeah, definitely the Cardinals. First, it's 2 number 1 picks though, so we have to, we do have 2 number 1 pick quarterbacks going against each other. Now, for our next one and our second to last one, we have the Jets versus the Broncos and Dolphins versus the Raiders.
Broncos and then the Raiders, because Tua should not be playing this.
Oh,
this week.
You're right about that. Okay, that changes my pick now. There's no way Brissett beating the Raiders, which is insane because that means they'll be 3-0, and I didn't expect them to make the playoffs. So I'm gonna have to pick the Broncos and the Raiders. If Tua does play, I want everybody to know that I am picking the Dolphins. I just have to.
I don't know if I'm picking the Dolphins if Tua was playing, but I understand.
But
think of this though. They needed Fitzpatrick to finish that game against the Raiders last year when Tua played.
Oh my. Okay, true.
We were quiet, but yeah.
All right, and our last matchup of the week, which is actually I think okay, is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Seahawks. Vikings offense looking a lot better, but Seahawks.
Yeah, the kicker missed a 31-yard field goal last week. It's no way I'm picking Minnesota. If the game is close, we have Kirk Cousins we have to rely on, and now the kicker can't make kicks either. You're crazy. Think I'm picking the Vikings because even if this game is close, I have no faith in the Vikings to close it out. Do you?
No faith in Kirk Cousins. And if they're acting like that, then I feel sorry for Mike Zimmer.
Last week, but it's like, man, like the kicker can't hit 31. And I like Kyler Murray. I'm glad they got the win, but they shouldn't have got that win. He played well, and he, like Malcolm, expressed as well. He had his mistakes, but the 31-yard miss is just crazy. So, but anyway, that was our last match of the week. Thank you all for making it to the end of the episode, because some of you all do make it to the end, and we truly appreciate you. So make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah, guys, we appreciate you for watching the video. Continue following us on Instagram, on Twitter at Malc and Ron Show. We post a lot of things, so just tune in. Thank y'all for support again, and y'all guys have a great rest of the week.
All right.
See ya.